Episode 4, guys. We're getting there. 4%. Tell them how we meet up. You want to go into that?
I guess we can both share our experience of how we met, and
Okay.
I
So,
don't know if that works. We'll see.
guys, my side of the story. This is how we met.
Your side.
My side of the story. Finishing off high school, I used to go out with a few of my cousins, friends. One day, my cousin Keisha bring Julia up to our house, and before she even get to the house, me and my friends were just hanging out on the street corner. Then, as I said, I was, just finished high school. I didn't. I was 18 going 19, so didn't have a job or anything at the time. And this is back in Jamaica, so I was just kind of hanging out on the street, with my friends, enjoying the summer. And I saw my cousin coming up, and she was with Julia at the time. And I must say, get it out there now. We are Christians today, and we live in the Christian life. We try our best. So go back to 1999. As I said, I was 18, and she was coming up. At the time she was kind of dressed in some small, short dress, and I was like to my friend. No, I don't think I did even say anything to my friend. I just said, I said to my friend that, I'm going to try to get a word in before she passed. And I'm trying to look into the camera and, tell you the story. Anyway, I said, I'm going to try to get a word in. So I said, hi, can I have a word with you later? Can I have a chat with you or something like that? And she was like, yeah, that's fine. That was the start of it. Was it so, or you got a different?
No, that was exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, following from there, I think later on in the day, sometime, let's say about 6, 7 in the evening, I had a shower, probably get dressed. I can't remember exactly. So she was at one of the house, and I kind of go over and I said, you still up for a chat later? She was like, yeah. So we had a chat, and yeah.
We had a chat indeed. We had a chat. Okay, so Omar was the only guy that I felt at that time was genuinely interested in me, like in how I felt. Guys were interested in one thing and that's it, but there was something different about Omar. Like he was really interested in me, the person, not me being a girl or a female. And that was attractive because you don't find that. Most guys are interested in one thing. And that was what stood out for him. So we talked, and I think Omar was planning to leave the country like the next couple of days or weeks. I'm not
I
sure.
think it was the next day.
Yeah.
And we didn't just talk. I mean, I think that night the day before I fly, I was like, Julia sleepover, and we were up till about probably about 3 in the morning. We were just talking, and yeah, I was just, I would say, not just concerned, but I was just keen to know why, how, you know, I was just keen to know almost everything about her. We just chat until about 3 in the morning, knowing that I was leaving the country the next day. I think maybe that was even one of the reasons I want to know as much as I can before I left the country, because I didn't even know, coming back, if I was going to get the chance to see her again, because she didn't live in the same community as I. Midday, somewhere around the time I left the country, I fly out to America, and this was 1999.
Yeah. I can't remember the month. I remember you were calling me from America a lot. As I said, yeah, I think you stood out so much that the amount of interest that you showed genuinely, it was surreal for me because I've never received that before. So we talked whilst you were in America. I think you were concerned.
Concern, I would say, maybe it's not just concern. I was genuine. It was some kind of caring going on. I was like, it's not just concern about her well-being or anything like that. It's more like, even though I'm in America, I want to kind of be in Jamaica, but at the same time, I was just like, you just met this person. It's like you want to be around them at the time. So I spent a lot of time on the phone with her, yes, and we were talking a lot, trying to know more about each other. So whenever I get a chance, I get a phone call from a phone card, calling cards
Yeah.
from America. My auntie used to, get them for me on her way home, and I just used the opportunity to phone back home and just catch up as much as I can, weekly or monthly. I can't remember the how frequent it was, but yeah, as much as I can, I do my best to phone back and check in.
You did. You did.
Following then, I think I spent 6 months in America,
Yeah.
and yeah, get back home, you know, and
I think as soon as you came back, you flew to England. Like it wasn't long because I can't remember. I think was it that when you came back, I was in Kingston? I can't remember.
we're in Kingston, but did we meet up? Yeah, yeah. When I came back, you.
I can't remember. I felt like that part was such you're not there kind of thing. And I felt like when you came back to Jamaica, I can't remember if we met up at all.
No, I returned from America 2000, fly back out, and then come back to Jamaica 2001 again. So it was around that time, yeah. And since then, we I wouldn't say we've been on and off, but we weren't living together in Jamaica.
No.
And then after return to Jamaica, we spent probably about 3 months together, not living in the same
Yeah.
household, but 3 months we meeting up and so on, because I was still living with my parents. So
And I was still living with my parents as well. And 2001, we came to, well,
we migrate.
yeah.
We migrated to England 2001.
Yeah.
And since then, that's it, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. And then we start together.
Then we start living together, and then we start seeing who Omar is and who Julia is.
Yep.
And yeah, life was, I don't know. Again, you meet someone early on and you think it's all great, and I can't say we had bad experience, but we were learning on the job. And when I said job, this is more knowing each other,
Yeah.
living with each other.
Yeah.
We were just learning about each other every day.
The purpose of this podcast, you didn't tell me that you had sickle cell when we
Yes.
met. With why didn't you tell me?
I wasn't open up to anyone, so why didn't I say it? I just think, telling people about my sickle, it would have been turn and run the opposite direction. So the less I say, the better it is. That's what I was thinking at the time, but it wasn't the best decision. Well, it works out for the best, but it could have worked out a lot worse.
Yeah, as you mentioned that, I'm just thinking, had I known about your illness, would it have made a difference? I don't think so, because as I mentioned, the way you were, it was like you cared. And all my experience with a guy is that they didn't really care. So that was really warm, that was accepting, that felt genuine to me, to be honest. And that was, I don't know, had I known, but then I would have probably be better prepared, especially when you were ill and stuff, because I didn't know what to do when I see you being ill. It was,
All new.
yeah, it was so new. It was so new.
Yeah, and for me, as I said, I just didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to tell anyone who don't know about it what I was going through, because yes, one day it was going to come out, and it did come out, but for me, telling someone at the beginning of a relationship, I think that's like,
It could jeopardize the relationship.
yeah, the go no go area. I'm not going down that route, or yes, I'm going down that route. Since then, we managed to have 6 kids together, and grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for everything, not just my wife. Sometimes I would say even my carer, because when I'm unwell, she's the one who is there for me. That's the person you're living with, so obviously she's part of my care team. It's hard to say, but yeah, that's how it is. So I am absolutely grateful, and I must, I really do appreciate that someone is there for me. But as I said, life could have been a lot different, because I just never open up about it.
I wanted to shed some light on what could have happened if I had the trait, not knowing, and Omar
Didn't say.
didn't tell me about him having, not his, but him having the sickle cell disease. And we had babies together. I mean, they could be really ill, like having the disease, like how he was and how he explained in episode 1, how he was in and out of hospital. So that's the danger of him not telling me, because had he told me, then I don't think it would have made a difference with us having the babies, but I would have tested myself, and that's a key point. Like if you're a carrier, like if you've got the trait, the term a carrier, and it's good to
inform your partner.
yeah
And
yeah
and like me, who is a sickle cell disease person,
it's wise. I don't
it's
know.
wise to discuss it
Yeah
at the first opportunity you get,
yeah
because later on it could just affect your whole family. It's not just affecting you, but your kids. And the first opportunity you get when you do meet your partner, that's what you should discuss. So that's kind of how we met. And as Julia said, that's one of the things we kind of want to touch on before we run off in the episode. Yes, how we met and how life could have been different by me not saying to her, you never know what God got planned for you. So every day, take it as it comes, live it to your best, and give thanks to the Lord God that we've got a life and we see another day. And that's all I'm doing. Every day I wake up, I just have to give thanks for that, and give thanks for the family that I've got around me. Because sometimes I think I can do this on my own, but I can't.
Yep.
So just give thanks for the people you got around you.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching.
For that, I leave it as